100 years ago, humanity was on the verge of extinction. The giants were closing in, hungry for human flesh. To protect themselves, humankind built 3 massive walls. Inside these walls, they lived in peace for a century. But then one giant arrived, and the wall that had protected them for so long was shattered. The giants charged through, devouring everything in their path. In the chaos, Jack's mother was eaten alive. Humanity seemed small and helpless, forced to hide like animals. Even in alleyways, they couldn't escape the giants' watchful eyes. Eventually, they became nothing more than meals. David, though a deserter, rescued Alice and Jack, but Jack couldn't save his mother, and that regret weighed on him heavily. David, cold and distant, told Jack, "You're too weak to save her. I'm a coward, and I ran. But you weren't strong enough either." Shocked, Jack didn't know how to respond. The 3 of them continued running, hoping to escape into the deeper walls. The town was called Ziganksina, a protrusion from the outer wall itself. When the outer gates fell, this area would become a trap, drawing the giants in like bait. Thousands of refugees had already poured inside the first wall. Soldiers ordered them to leave their belongings behind, to make room for more people on the ships. But the ships could only carry half of them. At the gate, soldiers readied themselves, anxious to defend, as the giants approached. When the soldiers learned they were only 1 wall away from the giants, they quickly prepared to set sail. Fortunately, Jack and the others made it onto the ship, but the battle between the guards and the giants had already begun. The soldiers, usually lazy, were no match for the giants, and their cannons couldn't pierce the giants' armor. As more giants approached, the first gate began to close. Although many civilians remained inside, they had to be abandoned to make room for more refugees. Just when it seemed like the gate's closing would contain the disaster, a new giant appeared, wearing armor, and charging at the gate. His massive body slammed through like a battering ram, and the soldiers' weapons were useless. The armored giant broke through the first gate, allowing the other giants to flood in, and the city was completely overrun. Fear gripped everyone. Jack regretted the last fight he had with his mother, knowing he would never return to that warm home. She was gone, devoured by the giants. He blamed himself for being too weak. Determined to end it all, he swore to kill every giant. Soon after, the government decided to retreat behind the second wall. The giants had already eaten over 10,000 people, and they controlled 1/3 of the land. Jack's father found him, but his memory was foggy. He vaguely remembered his father giving him a key to the basement, but what he didn't know was that day, he had eaten his own father. Jack became an orphan. Later, the 3 of them were placed in a refugee camp behind the second wall. Though the giant threat was no longer immediate, the loss of land caused food shortages. Fights broke out over food. Jack couldn't stand the soldiers' discrimination, and argued with them until Lily intervened. Alice helped Jack realize that, if they couldn't defeat the giants, the only option was to hide behind the walls. So, Jack decided to join the army, training to gain the power to fight back. Do you have the courage to defeat the giants?